generally like it will have, so let's say that this is the node class. So I told that the node will have a pointer to the next class. That means a node will have, inside the node it will have one more node, and it says next, and it will have a constructor usually which takes the value. So let's say this is an integer nodes, basically all the elements are integers. Then we can say that this dot val equal to val. So this is the simplest. Okay, I'll make it a little more big so that you can see. So class node, and it has a value of the node, and it has a node again. So this is called the next node, and it has a constructor where it will take the value of the current node, and we will set this dot value equal to value. Okay. So this is a basic understanding. If you understand this, it's enough. I will not go into detailed implementation of linked list right now. I'll jump onto the problem. Using that, you can understand the linked list implementation very easily. So let's say that there is a set of linked list nodes. Let's say there is a set of linked list nodes, and it is such a way that the elements are A1, A2, A3. Let's say that it has up to dot 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 AN, like, and AN is connected to B1 and B2, B3, then dot dot dot, it ends up to Bn. Basically, it has elements from A1 to AN, and then it connects to B1 all the way up to Bn. So this is the linked list, and after that it is a null. Okay, then the last one is there is nothing, so it's a null. So the problem is we have to kind of make this input linked list into a formation such that it should become A1 B1, A2 B2, A3 B3, all the way up to AN Bn, all the way up to AN Bn. So what we have done, what is the expectation? Initially it is A1, A2, A3 all the way up to AN, then it is B1, B2, B3 all the way up to Bn, right? The expectation is we have to make this input linked list such that we are going to make it as A1, B1, then A2, B2, A3, B3, like that. So it's an interesting problem. Looking at it, it might look complicated, because key things you have to understand is we don't know the length of the linked list. We don't know how many elements, A all the way up to AN. We don't know what is N, and we don't know the length of this linked list, right? So how to do this in single traversal? How to do this in single traversal? This is the key here. If it is up to, if we can do multiple traversal, then it is not a problem. But if we have to do it in single traversal, we have to think smartly how we can do it. When I mean by traversal, what is it? That means I have the head node. So when I move the node to node dot next, then I will get the next node. Usually, like, a node will have the next node or a previous node depending on the linked list. Okay. So for example, A3, the next node is A4 and the previous node is A2. A1, the next node is A2, the previous node is null. Okay. Now I will explain a concept called runner algorithm. Runner algorithm. What this means is, instead of traversing multiple times and juggling this pairs, I'm going to just traverse once and implement this now. So how am I going to do this? Think about it. Initially, I'm going to start a pointer which will run in unit speed. So this pointer, let's say I have a pointer A, it will run in unit speed, which means 1 units. I have another pointer B. It will run in unit 2 speed, which means 2 times the speed of A. Okay. So what will happen when the pointer 1 is moving 1 by 1? So it will take n plus n times to reach the end of the node. Correct? It will take n plus n to reach the end of the node. Whereas the unit B will take only n. Will take only n. So when the unit B goes to the place of n, where will be the when the unit B goes to the end, which is 2n, where will be the first unit? It will be in the half the position, that is a to the n. So when the unit B completes, the unit A will be in the midpoint. Now I have almost created a point where I know that from the next pointer it is going to be all B elements. I have identified it already. I know that it's all B elements. Now initially what I did, I moved the unit first pointer unit wise and the second pointer 2 units wise. So I moved all the way up to end in the second unit. At that time the first unit is in the middle of the linked list. Now it is enough if we for the all the next units in B1, if I just make sure that I have one more pointer here and the node dot next, here I have a node pointer. If I make this node dot next, initially what I did, while node not equal to null, I'm moving the first pointer two times, right? So I'm incrementing, I'm taking a count pointer B and I'm incrementing B equal to B plus 2. I'm incrementing all the way up to the B of n. So B will be, when the node becomes null, I will, at the end, the node will be null, right? B of n will be null. So at this point, I will get the B will be half of A by 2. Because I'm adding A equal to A plus 1. So B will be A by 2. So now let's say that my A pointer is at AN. Now my A pointer is at AN and I have a another pointer which is at the starting, which is the head node. So I'm going to swap head dot next. Head dot next, what should I do? Head dot next should become this A pointer dot next. A pointer dot next. So I'm going to just do an easy shift. Head dot next will become A dot next. Okay, so head dot next become A dot next. So now this link came here. Now what will I do? Again, if I increment the A by 1 and increment the head by 1, now this will become my head element and I will increment head dot next will become A dot next. A is currently in B2 element, but B2 is A2. So A dot next will be B3 and head dot next will be A3. So I'll replace B3 with the A3. Okay, I think I'll make it easier. So initially we went all the way up to half the array. So we are here at this point. This is the AN position and the other pointers are BN. So now for every next element, let's say that I'm taking this B1 and adding it here, and taking this B2 and adding it here, and taking this B3 and adding it here. So I'm just creating extra links in between A1 and A2. So let's say my current node is A1. What will be A1 dot next? A1 dot next will be A2. But what I will do, I will just make A1 dot next equal to B1 and I will make A2 as temp first. Now I have the A1 dot next equal to B1, right? Now A1 dot next equal to my temp. So now a1 dot next is my temp. So now I am in the a2 position. Now when I increment, I will increment this pointer and this pointer. So b1 becomes b2 and a2 is here now. So I again do the same operation. A3 will become the temp now, and a2 dot next will become b2. A2 dot next will become temp. I will do this all the way up to b of n, because my pointer is currently at b1 all the way up to b of n. If I do, for each element that I incremented here, I will just increment this pointer one by one now. Along with incrementing, I will also do this operation. So this is called the runner algorithm. It might look like confusing right now, but the algorithm is very straightforward. So first I took one pointer and I moved all the way up to the last element by shifting two elements. I just incremented in the unit 2 speed, and the second pointer I took and I moved it in a unit 1 speed. So by the time, assume it like a train, okay? A train that moves in 2 kilometers per hour and another train that moves in 1 kilometer per hour. Let's say the length of the track is 20 kilometers. Okay. When will the second train reach this end of the track? By the time first train reaches the midpoint, right? By the time second train reaches the end, the first train will reach only half of the position. That's exactly what we did in this runner algorithm. Okay, and after this point, what am I doing it? I'm just we know that this is going to increment one by one. This is going to increment one by one, which means there is almost 10 track steps here. As I increment one by one, I have one more pointer here at the starting. I'm incrementing that also one by one. But in this left pointer, as I increment one by one, I'm just doing this operation. For each element, the next will become temp, and a2 dot next will become b2. For example, at that position, whatever is there, I'm telling that. And then a2 dot next will become whatever initial value I had, that will be a temp value. Right? So this is the linked list problem. Any questions so far? Like any questions in understanding linked list? I'll just unmute. Any questions in linked list so far?
No,
Anna, I
sir,
have
it's clear. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, Aishwarya.
செகண்ட் அந்த பாயிண்டர் எதுக்கு நான் மூவ் பண்ணணும்? அந்த பி நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணாமலே இருக்கலாம்ல.
So why did we use the second pointer is your question, is it?
அது 2 யூனிட்ஸா மூவ் பண்றதுனால இந்த இதுல நம்ம என்ன யூஸ் பண்றோம்? இத நம்ம ஹாஃபா ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்றோம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன்னு.
How did you split that half? How will you know you are in that half? In this question, you don't know which is the half, right?
Okay.
Because you don't know the length. You don't know the length. How will you stop which is my half?
லெந்த் தெரியலனா அப்புறம் எப்படி நான் ஃபுல்லா மட்டும் இது இவ்வளவு தூரம் இவ்வளவு இருக்கு இத நான் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிட்டேன்னு தெரியும்?
Last node is null. I told, right? The last node is null. That's why I did while node not equal to null.
Okay.
While node not equal to null, I am doing b equal to b plus 2, a equal to a plus 1, which means the first pointer I'm incrementing by 1, second pointer I'm incrementing by 2. Then I'm starting one more pointer from the beginning. I'm incrementing one by one. So this and this will, so the when I'm doing the second iteration, the first one will start from the head and the second one will start from b1.
Okay.
So b1 will come here because we are doing this logic, whatever I said, temp assignment, and then a2 dot next equal to b2, and then a2 dot next equal to temp.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes, Anna.
But it's a good question. If we know what is the length, then we can easily divide that length by 2 and do like what you said.
Okay.
But the question is, we don't know what is n here. But Algorithm wise, did you understand how linked list is implemented?
అవునా
Did you understand or not?
நான் லிங்க் லிஸ்ட் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் நேத்து சொன்னப்போ நான் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணலண்ணா. நேத்து வேற ஒரு கிளாஸ் போயிருந்தேண்ணா.
Okay, I think I didn't give introduction yesterday. I'll give little more detail about how this algorithm is implemented. I'll take an example and compare with this node element. Okay, let's say you have last is null because that's the end of the node. Okay, each one is node, so I'm taking a class that is node. So each one has a node. That means this node has a pointer to the next node. So I'll put this as node of next. Okay, and each one will have some value, v1, v2, v3. I'll put that as value val. Okay, now each one will have a constructor. Constructor is nothing but node. In the constructor we will have I'll use the same jargon. We'll have the value and we'll use that to assign this dot val equal to val. Okay, this is basic level. Now if I have to remove the second node, how will I remove in this linked list? If I have to remove the v2, okay, how will I remove the v2? I can remove v2 by first checking while same concept, while node not equal to null, all the way up to if my node dot val equal to v2. Initially I'm just doing node equal to node dot next, all the way up to if node dot val equal to v2. Then now my current node is this. Okay, the previous node is v1, the next node is v3. What is the arrangement? If I remove this visually, how will it look like? It will become v1, v3 and null. Correct? Now if I have to remove the v2 node, then I have to go to the previous node, node dot prev equal to node dot next. Now automatically I have removed the node because I have removed the link by making node dot prev, which is v1, node dot prev dot next. Node dot prev dot next means the link. Node dot prev dot next is my node dot next. Node dot prev dot next is equal to node dot next. So automatically I have removed the node element, which is my v2. When that value is v2, I'm removing this previous and connecting the previous with the next one. That's what I did. Node dot prev dot next equal to node dot next. The trick here is sometimes we may have to remove the head node or the tail node. During that time alone, we'll have two things to do. In the head, it's very simple. When it is a head node, right? So when it is a head node, if v1 dot prev equal to null, assume that this is node. Okay, node dot prev equal to null, then this node is nothing but a head node. This is my head node. This is the logic to check head node. How can I check if it's a head node or not? The previous will be null. I will not have any link to the previous because that's the starting element. I will not have any link to the next. Similarly, if node dot next equal to null, then that will be my tail node. Tail equal to the current whatever node I have, that is the tail node. Now if I have to remove the head node, I don't have to do anything to the previous. I just have to come to the next. To remove the head node, I just have to come to the head dot next equal to head dot next is what? This is the head dot next. Now head dot next equal to, sorry, head is equal to head dot next. Head is equal to head dot next. Now this is my new head. Now this is my new head. What I should also do, current head is this. So I should remove this link. So I should remove head dot prev equal to null. Okay, to remove the head node, I should do two steps. Step number 1, step number 2. To remove the tail node, what I should do, tail is this. So tail dot prev is now my tail equal to tail dot prev, and this one has a next node that should now become a null. Tail dot next should become null. So I have removed this link and I have made this node as my tail. Okay, now what happens, this one actually does not have any previous element. So I should also check if this resulting tail node dot prev equal to null. If that is the case, then I will make head also equal to tail. Why is that? Now I have only V2 as my element because I have already removed V1. I have also removed V3 now. Now I have only V2. So I'm checking tail dot prev equal to null. If that is true, then I will make tail is my head. So this is my head pointer and this is my tail. Both are same because next element is null. Previous is also null. So did you understand, Aishwarya?
புரிஞ்சு, I understand.
Okay. So this is the implementation of node. Anytime you try to implement a linked list, always put this picture in mind. You can even like write down this picture and then think about add, delete, all those things while implementing. That is very, very easy. Instead of writing it on your mind, just draw a simple example. So in this case, how will you remove the head, tail, or a random element, right? All these you can do it. So if they say just remove the head node, you know what to do. If they say to remove the tail node, you know what to do. If they tell you to remove the random element, you know what to do. If they tell you to insert some node after a random node, you know what to do. Everything is clear now. Even if you have to insert something at the end, you know, just by iterating the node all the way up to null, you will know the last node. Then the node dot next equal to the current whatever value they're saying, and the value dot next will become the null node. Okay, and the value will become the tail node also. That's the logic. Okay, we have 5 minutes. If you have any questions on linked list, because these are like very basic things that I'm going right now. Of course, linked list has a lot of problems, and certain problems are really complex. It might even take 30 minutes just to solve that problem. Having this understanding about linked list is very important. If you are clear about this concept, how this linked list works, then all these problems we can kind of solve it easily. Whatever algorithm that we are going to use on it, we can do it easily. But any questions in linked list in general? Anything do you have, or any questions in runner technique? I think runner technique is very easy. So today we discussed runner technique. You can keep this in mind. So this is the algorithm, and we discussed about linked list data structure. We discussed about linked list data structure, and along with that we just used some pointer techniques. The pointer technique is called the runner technique, using multiple pointers and implementing using a different runner speed. Okay, so if we don't have any questions, then maybe I will kind of ask you some question like yesterday. You can think about it. real-time application of linked list. All right. This is a good question. Real-time application of linked list. Actually, inside the memory, inside the computer, most of the times linked list is used. In fact, like if you take a sorting algorithm or many things, right? Even inside a tree or something, internally the implementation has linked list. Because going after here, let's say like you're taking an example of tries. Like tries is nothing but searching a word. Searching a word, there is an algorithm called tries where we have a character node. Easiest example is Google search has an efficient linked list algorithm. Google search has an efficient linked list algorithm because you cannot store all the words inside a database and store all the words. Instead of that, you can just store the character links. Let's say that reusability, right? To reuse alpha and alto. Okay, alpha and alto. If you have to use these two words, alpha and alto, one way is storing two separate arrays, alpha and alto. This way, if we have each word, we have to use separate array. Here, what happened here? The AL is repeated 2 times. AL is repeated 2 times. Why should we repeat 2 bits, right? Instead of that, we can use a linked list algorithm implementation called tries. So that means I will have a node called A and I will have something called L. Okay. The next is L. Now I will have a division. I can either have P or I can have a T. Then after P, I can have H, and after H, I can have A, and after A, I can have a null link. In reality, after T, I can have O, and after O, I can have a null link. Okay, null determines the end of the array. So if there is a new word is going to come, let's say it is called alphabet. I can first check, do I have A already in my try? And I can move to the next element and see L. So L is also present. I can move on like this. Let's say I am getting a new word. It is called and. I have A already. I will check the next, what are all the list of links that A has. I'll check it has only L. So I can create a link called N. It's a different implementation of linked list, but internally these are also linked list. Because this has a list of links. It does not have a unilink. It has a list of links. That's the difference between try and linked list. But for giving you an interesting example, I explained you about the tries. I will come to tries. This is a separate data structure. We'll discuss about this in detail when we come along, because this is very useful in all those search algorithms. Initial days, they were using this only. We will discuss about this as well. Okay. Any other questions in general? All right, I think we have only 1 more minute. If there is no question, then we can wrap it up for the day. So I thought of telling that we will discuss about stack data structure tomorrow. I just thought we will finish explaining the data structure on one problem. Then we will work on completely solving different problems using different algorithms, because data structure is only like 10 or so. But algorithm there are so many algorithms. We have enormous number of algorithms. Every mathematician, they create different algorithms, but the data structure is limited. Whatever we are going to implement, we'll use within the same data structure. We'll use different algorithms. So that's the idea. Okay. If there is no questions, then we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Bye.